too slow. My bad. Come through, Clementine. Come through. Okay, grab it. Come on. Oh. Right. Fuck him out. Oh. Push. You got to push. Hey, you got to push. Hey. What's going on, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in to A Connection TV. Subscribe, baby. Also, check out my two new channels, A Connection TV 2 and ACTV Games. When you go through those channels, subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. Hey, what's going on, guys? I feel like I haven't been on here in a long time. It seems that way, but if you look at the catalog of videos I've uploaded a few videos. But I am here to talk to you guys about Real Housewives of Atlanta, prenups and breakups. Baby nups. And what the hell is a baby nup? What the hell? Only Porsha Stewart, aka Williams, or Porsha Stewart / Williams, right, will think of baby nup. What in the hell? I'm one of those people that believes this. If I have to think of any kind of nup, a dick nup, a pussy nup, a baby nup, a titty nup, a money nup, a prenup, a food nup, a work nup. I mean, we should have a work nup. I mean, if I'm in a relationship with you, you should always maintain a goddamn job so you can take care of your responsibilities and me, right? That's what a work nup, right? I mean, what the hell? If you have to devise some kind of nuptial agreement, whatever the hell you decide to pin on it, then you should not get into a relationship with the particular person that you're thinking that you could be in a relationship with. And that's just really how I feel. But let's get into this shit that is the real women that live in Atlanta, including a housewife. We start this particular episode off with the beautiful, the one, the only Cynthia Bailey and her gorgeous daughter, Noelle, with 2 L's. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women. And, you know, I look at these females and I'm like, okay, I understand why men could like women. That's the kind of females that they are. But I have to tell you, even though Cynthia is not married anymore, she's just now divorced, newly divorced, i.e. the divorce party, I feel that she deserves to be on the show, or I like watching her on the show. Let me say that. Because honestly, I think in order for you to maintain your employment on the show, you should definitely be a housewife, because that's what the name of the show is called. And I'm one of those firm believers. And don't tell me, old lady gang, that you're going to be selling soul food and then I get there and there's Chinese food. No. If you're going to be giving me I need you to give me whatever the damn title of whatever it is that we're talking about is. So if I watch a Real Housewives of Atlanta, I want to see a goddamn housewife. That's just me. But I love watching Cynthia on the show. And not to say that old lady gang is selling Chinese food. I haven't been yet. But I heard that the restaurant was great. I heard that it was a bit expensive. I heard that it was a la carte. But I don't want no a la carte shit and it's expensive. But I'm not going to go in depth because I haven't been yet. And I'm going to go probably this week, or I don't know. I'm going to go soon, but we'll see. Because a la carte, hell, I'm not doing that. I want food on my goddamn plate. I saw when they was feeding the friends in the next episode. That shit, that one little chicken nugget with a leaf on it. I do not want no chicken nugget with a leaf. I don't. And some mayonnaise sauce. I don't want that. I want real food. But anyways, Cynthia, I'm proud of you. Cargo is a beautiful line of bags. Gorgeous line of bags. Now, I don't know if it's 100% leather. I don't know if it's python leather or python skin or crocodile skin. I don't know what the hell you have with these bags, what they're made of. But the designs of them, the colors of them, they look awesome. So congrats to Cynthia. I like the fact that she's building an empire for herself, by herself. Wonderful thing. And then, to include Noelle on it. Now, Noelle looks kind of short. I don't know, is it just me or she looks kind of short, but she's gorgeous. She's like, Mom, don't give me instructions. I want to do this on my own. I'm like, okay, girl, go ahead. But I mean, Cynthia is, a top model, but go ahead, girl, do it. Kairo shows up. Now, I've seen some pictures circulating on Tumblr Pictures of the actual photo shoot that he did on the show. And Kairo looks amazing. I'm just telling you, he's Luke James's brother, younger brother. And Luke James is fine as shit. Kairo is fine as shit. I was told that Bob at one point looked like Kairo. Lies and miscarriages. There's no way that Bob looked like Kairo at one particular time. I mean, Sheree and Kairo, that's Sheree's son. Got to see it. But he's gorgeous. He's also under 21, so it's not like I'm really interested. And he's into females, so I'm really not interested. But he's an attractive man. His walk on this damn make-believe runway that they were doing, I was like, okay, here's my thing. If you're going to come to me, Sheree, as the momager, and talk about compensation all of the fucking time, then your son needs to be way up there. Like, your son needs to already have it, do it, and make it work. The edits that we saw didn't really pin to me a phenomenal model. So I was kind of like, okay, he's just a cute face, and all right, okay, whatever, I guess. But, I mean, he's still hot. Now, Sheree talking about what's the press going to be there? Oh, I want to do bigger than Atlanta. I'm like, okay, girl, slow your roll, calm down. What's the compensation? She already told you he's going to get a bag. And not all of the models are getting a bag, And I'm just like, okay, well, all right, whatever, I guess. Sheree, calm down. After, this little kind of like, this is what we're going to do type of situation going on, Kairo, you need some work, got to work out the kinks. Sheree is like, okay, Noelle and Kairo, y'all need to exchange numbers. I'm like, okay, storyline coming up soon. But Noelle is like 16 or some shit, like 17 or 16, and Kairo. But I wouldn't. No, I would not. No, I would feel uncomfortable if Noelle was younger, much younger than Kairo. That's not a lot. That's 3 years, Wes. But damn, I'm like 16 and you worry about boyfriends, like. Get your grades up. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, once you cross that 18, then we can communicate about, relationships and shit. But, hey, that's just me. What do y'all think about that shit? But you let your young little girl date him. I mean, Kairo fine and all, but he just look like he got 12 inches and ready to pipe down something. I wouldn't want my daughter dealing with that. I just wouldn't. Beautiful Porsha gets on her bed with some paperwork and she's working on something. We're going to find out what it is. And we find out that it's a baby fucking nup. And right away, I'm just like, only Porsha. That's the first thing that came to my mind was only Porsha. And then the second thing that came to my mind is, why are you even trying to have a baby by this dude if you need a fucking baby nup? Like, and then everybody can argue, well, Wes, you're in love. You think everything is working out, and then things change. Okay, yeah, that's life. The fuck? That's life. Why are we? No, no. If I ever in life decide to be in a relationship with someone, they better not bring up any kind of nuptial fucking agreement, because then and there the relationship is done, kaput, final. Period. You should not get into a serious relationship with anyone if you automatically already have, well, just in case. Fuck out of here. There's no just in case. Then let's not get married. Let's not be in a relationship. Let's not have a fucking child. Bring a child into this world. Let's not. And if forever, shit happens, okay, you may have a lot of money now, and then, things go crazy and you can't find a job, so now you can't take care of the baby. But you better go find a job to take care of this. But why do I have to be compelled? And let's jump right into this shit here, because I don't even want to go down the line, because I was really understanding where Todd was coming from. Let me where my notes at on the shit that she had in that fucking prenup. Where we at? Porsha visit. Okay. Now, he asks her, he comes in looking fine as shit. Now, if I saw Todd coming in my house, we fucking. That's it. There's no discussion, baby. I haven't seen, and they talking like they haven't seen each other in weeks. That they only see each other to film the fucking show. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I guess schedules, whatever. But I thought he didn't have it. I don't know. Maybe he got a job now. I don't know. But we haven't seen each other in months and shit. That's how we feeling. He says days, but I'm like, damn. The way that he attacked her, I'm just like, okay. But we fucking. Okay, I'm gonna get out of my house. I'm fucking Todd. Todd is hot. And so is Porsha. Those some beautiful motherfucking people. And they're sitting there fucking. I want to watch. I want to see Todd and Porsha fuck. That's what I want to do. And I know y'all want to do that too. So, Todd is hot, and so is Porsha. Porsha's beautiful. She can be dumb as shit or say some dumb as shit things. But she's beautiful. So we're sitting there. I'm seeing her in this dress. I want to, tongue her down. Put my tonsils in her camel toe. And then all of a sudden she's like, well, you might be a little upset with me because I'm going to have to serve you these papers. He started reading this shit and he's like, what the fuck is this? So a couple of things she said. The one thing that really stuck to my mind, 25 to 30% finances automatically go to the child. Excuse me? Everything that this man read down was something that was telling him that he had to provide to her and the child. Porsha, what the fuck are you doing? Where in this two-part, and this shit riles me up, where in this partnered fucking agreement are your rules and regulations and playing 50% in this child making shit here? Everything is catered to her, and there was no way. No way. I was like, are you... Okay, so Todd has some fucking sense. He has some sense in his head. Because no one with common sense would agree to that bullshit. No one. No one would. Who does that? A baby nut? Fuck out of here. Don't have a child by him. And don't have a child by her. Y'all don't need to be having fucking kids devising up contracts and shit on a life. Fuck out of here. Where do we do that? Real Housewives of fuck real women that live in Atlanta and a housewife. That's where the fuck we do that. Shay comes to visit Kenya at this beautiful the Kenya Moore house is beautiful. Period. There's nothing, and I don't really have the best commentary relationship with Kenya. Kenya is just, she could be so much more. She really can, but she's just, that's it, in caps, she's just. But she was gorgeous as shit in this pink outfit she had on. Her makeup wasn't caked on her face. It would look natural. Not like it didn't look like she had makeup. It looked like she had makeup on, but it wasn't caked. And she looked stunning. Hair together, the pink, stunning. And her body is stacked. Kenya's body is stacked. No wonder why Matt is so fucking insane over this broad. Like, her body is stacked, period. She starts talking about, Phaedra and how they're not cool anymore, some shit. I'm like, child, y'all were never cool. It just seemed fugazi, really fake to me. But whatever, so now we care. It's a part of the storyline. Let's chap it up about it, whatever. Then, Shay's like, well, did you invite Matt to Hawaii? You went by yourself? And she's like, well, yeah, Matt and I aren't seeing eye to eye. I would really hope that we could be friends. Kind of like Peter and Cynthia. I would like for us to be friends. And then Kenya does something to me that is quite adult. And I'm shocked. I'm stunned at this point. She actually admits her fault and responsibility in dealing with Matt. Now, I think this is maybe like 70% of the fault and we missing the other 30% because Kenya to me seems like a person that will definitely emasculate you. Definitely. She's an independent, controlling, kind of take charge kind of chick. And now that she has this platform, real women that live in Atlanta and a housewife, she definitely, I'm Kenya Moore. You know what I'm saying? It's called Moore Manor for a reason. She built this house for a reason. She started on Sheree's house and the time that it was built for a reason. Kenya has created this platform for herself. She has the Kenya Moore hairline and all that. I'm here for her. But I can honestly get that Kenya is definitely a controlling chick in any relationship or situation that she gets on. You see, she tries to control these females. All of them aren't having it. But yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm surprised that she could be mature and admit that she emasculates this damn guy. I was shocked. I really was. But I'm like, okay, Kenya, keep growing as a person and an adult. We get to see the ladies of the old lady gang, and like I said, I haven't been to the restaurant yet. It's open finally, and I want to go. I'm going to go. But the food that they make, and I was just telling somebody I haven't had a home cooked meal since Mother Stokes Riley made he made yams, macaroni cheese, collard greens, and some chicken, and it was just off the fucking chain with some cornbread, and that. To me is heaven. That's heaven on earth to me. So when I was watching this, Bertha and Mama Joyce and the other one, I can't remember the other one's name. These ladies are off the chain. And when she made that line, these hoes don't want it with us, They know when we come down for these hoes. And some shit she said, we eat them hoes alive. Or something along them lines as to the reason why they weren't invited onto the trip. And I wouldn't even understand why y'all would be invited. Y'all don't have a peach. Like, I don't understand. And I don't get it. But whatever. They're cute. And they're cool. And I love Mama Joyce when she stays in Mama Joyce's affairs and doesn't dip and dab in anybody else's affairs. Todd comes over, Candy comes over to the house, they eat the food, and I really, really want to taste that food. I really do. So I'm excited for them. They've done well. Like the restaurant, it stays packed from what I'm hearing. Lines coming out. Because the restaurant is small as shit. It's like a shoebox. They have levels, but the real estate in Atlanta, it's not accommodating to the regular customer. It just isn't, especially with fucking parking. But like I said, I know somebody that live right around the block, so I ain't got to worry about parking. I can park in the garage, if I want to. I ain't got to worry about parking. So it's nice. But who else? I mean, who has that flexibility? Not very many. But I'm super, super excited for Todd and Candy, and I want them to be super successful, and it's already super successful, so congrats. Phaedra visiting Cynthia was great because we got to see a trip down memory lane 6 years prior to this particular meetup where both girls were frail and anorexic looking, but now they're full and voluptuous and gorgeous. And the transformation is uncanny. Like, it really is. Phaedra has been on the show for a long ass time, and so is Cynthia. And I'm liking the fact that they could come back as women and converse. Cynthia, whatever outfit that was that she had on, flawless. I would love to meet Cynthia in person. I think she's a gorgeous black female. I would love to meet Phaedra as well in person. I think she can be great when she's not being shady and, misleading. She can be great. I think she's a great chick. But I love this communication between the two of them because they both can share that sentiment of being married once and then going through the divorce, and then the concept of the divorce party was bullshit, and I like how Cynthia was able to attest to that. But to Kenya's defense, Cynthia came and she basically stated that I know that Kenya didn't have any ill intent or malicious intent within regards to throwing the divorce party. It was kind of like a celebratory situation and within regards to flushing out positive energy into the atmosphere. So I kind of felt like, I was like, okay, well, I see it, I can get it, kinda. I can get it, but I also vibe with Phaedra, and the concept of a divorce party is bullshit because we should have never had a divorce. And, it is what it is. Luckily, she had a prenup, luckily for her, but she should have never got married. A prenup says divorce. There you go. Done. Name one marriage where there's a prenup and the people are still married. Right. Name one. I think Beyonce got a prenup. I think. I don't know. I think they do. But when you're worth $500 million a piece, yeah, she does. I think it was something like $25 million for a baby or some shit in that prenup. I don't know what the fuck kind of prenup they got. But whatever. I don't know. Prenup says divorce to me. But prenup also says you're forced to be in that relationship because, bitch, if you get a divorce from Beyonce or vice versa, bitch, y'all shoving out. Y'all shoving out money. And I'm sorry. There has to come a time where Jay-Z don't want her pussy. And I know for damn sure Beyonce don't want I'm just saying. But then again, who knows? His shit might look pretty. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. I think his shit look like his lips. anyways, I like their conversation that Cynthia and Phaedra had. I thought that was awesome. The fashion show in that underground studio was awesome. Shout out to Cynthia once again. Shout out to Noelle. Shout out to Kairo. They did a great job walking. You know, Sheree trying to show the dude Wilson, I think, whatever his name is. They both showed each other shade. Both. Where's the heat? Where's the air? There's no air. You know, Kenya had no air in her place. Why do these Atlanta places invite people over and don't have air? I don't know. I don't know. But it was packed. It was ready to go. And she did a great job. Congrats to Cynthia. Then we move on to freaking Johnny going to visit Oscar and Phaedra being there. Now, either way you look at it, at this particular juncture in time, Phaedra and Candy aren't cool. So her giving legal advice to Johnny about in helping him find someone it's not fucked up, it's not shady, it's not terrible, it's none of that. It's none of that, because I would say it would be all of that and then some if she was actually involved in the particular case, but she wants nothing to do with it. So you just have to respect that business aspect of it. He sought counsel, and she's helping him receive the correct counsel. That's it. And that's just, I respect Phaedra for that, and we just gonna move on. But when Candy was saying that she didn't know, she asked Phaedra, and Phaedra said she had no parts in it. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of true. She doesn't have any parts in it. She's just introducing him to someone that could assist him with it the correct way. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If we were friends, then that'd be fucked up. Yeah, that would be fucked up if we were friends, but they're not at this particular point. Then we get to, you know, Kenya and Matt. Now, Kenya, I don't know. I don't know what Kenya was going for. I don't know if we were really trying to have a little kumbaya with the dogs at this thing or whatever, and because you got me the dogs, and you know, I don't know. I don't know, but this whole Matt and Todd and Peter situation where Matt's claiming that Todd and Peter tried to counsel him into finagling money, 10% of Kenya's check because he's on the show and he's his storyline. I believe a little bit of it and I don't believe all of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel about that. That kind of conversation makes sense because the guys aren't getting a full check. That makes sense. So these guys, and anytime you put your life in, because you know, I don't know if you guys know, but being on any platform on television, you're in certain states, you're obligated to receive some kind of compensation, period. So I don't know what the state is, the law is here in Atlanta, but Real Housewives of Atlanta is a prominent force on television. And these girls don't make 50 grand an episode. They make over hundreds of thousands of dollars per episode, you know, and so, majority of them anyway. And so for me, if I'm putting my life out there, if I'm divulging and disclosing pertinent information or a part of me that wouldn't have been seen otherwise, and I'm always going to be constantly called toddler, I'm constantly going to be called Marvin, I'm constantly going to be called Blackie, I'm constantly going to be called a cheat, I'm constantly going to be looked at in a negative way before a positive way. Best believe I'm getting some kind of fucking money from this. And if Matt did not get any kind of financial blessing after being penned as the crazy recluse of a black man that they're making him be on this show, then he lost it. He lost out. He lost out. So yes, I believe a conversation like that could have happened. I believe that it was probably something that was said along those lines because the men do deserve to receive some kind of compensation to carry out. Now, because here's the thing, I don't have to be on the show. I could be behind the scenes. You could say you're married to someone named Todd, but who's gonna really care about it if I'm never seen on the show? Who's gonna care about it? But best believe, if I'm going to be on this fucking show and I really don't want to be, I'm getting some kind of financial blessing. I was seeing a lot of comments of, oh, you shouldn't be paid if you're in a relationship. He's not being paid for being in a relationship. He's being paid for putting his fucking life on the line for this relationship. That deserves ample payment. It really does. Because some of y'all don't get it. And it's a lot of the individuals that just sit behind a keyboard and blast out negative shit about people. Y'all don't even know who the fuck these people are. Like, I can't really be that YouTuber that just blasts and blasts and blasts negative fucking shit about these people, knowing damn well that we do the same shit and people talk about us the same way. It's not hot, it's not cute, and I will never be that type of blogger that's just going negative, especially when you ain't worth millions. That's just not my thing. It's just, I just can't do that. And so for me, you know, you guys really need to understand, like, literally it took a lot out of me when I invited someone to a party that I had met, and they were a supporter of the show. Very genuine, very positive energy. And the responsibility that I took on for that, and the reason why I say I felt like I was responsible, because I'm not a superstar by no means at all. A lot of you guys really appreciate me and love what I do, and I appreciate you and love you back. So I'm human just like you, and yes, you can be invited to this party that I'm going to. We want to have a good time. Not really thinking about the levels of alcohol that people take and are they responsible drinkers or whatever. I didn't even think of any of that. I was honestly hoping that she would come with someone, but she didn't come with someone. She came by herself. So once I realized that, because of the person that I am, I took on the responsibility of chaperone, so to speak. Not saying that I was watching every drink that she had or whatever, but making sure that she was going to be okay and at least welcomed and respected. Some things happened at this party and it didn't go the way that I would have loved it to go, from a human to a human, because, you know, that's a whole nother story in itself. But I felt bad because she ended up being kicked out of the person's house where we was, and I felt bad. I felt responsible. I felt obligated to make sure that she was going to get home okay. And something like that won't sit well for me. If I know that I didn't come with you and you came by yourself and now you're tipsy or drunk or whatever, and now you can't go home and you were just kicked out, and now I feel responsible. So for me, it's just like, y'all don't realize the responsibility that comes along with being a socialite to some degree and putting your life out there on the line for people to speculate and have their opinions on. So yes, being compensated. I'm gonna close it off like this. All of the YouTubers that you see wouldn't exist if YouTube was not paying them. They just wouldn't exist. They wouldn't spend their time, their effort to doing this if YouTube was not cutting a check. So everything that you do, when you put your life on the line like that, a check is real damn deserved. It most certainly is. And for all of y'all that just sit here and blatantly just spew out negative energy about these people, it takes a lot. So I say all of that to say this. Matt deserves a fucking check. Because the way that he's painted, and obviously he has a hand in the way that he's painted, because it's his life, and you could be boring as shit and do nothing and not give a fuck about Kenya. But I think when you involve feelings and you put a regular person into that realm of things become difficult. It's not that easy for people to have an opinion about what you feel is right or just in your life. So I vibes with Matt all day long. I vibes with him. I felt that because the seasons, there's been quite a few seasons already, he should have kind of, but you never really know until you actually do it. So, you know, Kenya's saying, I could have put you in jail, I could have did this. You're not helping him. That's not helping. That's not helping at all. At all. And all of the dealings that Kenya had with Matt should have been off the TV. Once you realized his behavior in whatever way that he behaves when we don't see it, you should have said, okay, well, this is no good. I don't want to have this on TV anymore. I just don't. I'm just not going to have you on TV anymore. But she kept him on TV. And he kept himself coming to these filmings and shit. And I kind of felt like he thought that she was going to change, or he really loves this chick. He really does. And, you know, physically speaking, I can get it. But mentally speaking, I don't know. Kenya seems like she's a lot of work. A lot of work. But she's a beautiful ass chick. Beautiful ass chick. And why wouldn't he want to fuck her in the truck the other night? Why wouldn't he? She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. But I just hope he gets it together. I hope they all get it together. I kind of sort of believe the whole they coached me into getting financial. Kind of. I don't believe it 100%. I think there's three sides to the story. I don't think Matt's just going to haphazardly just makes this shit up. Like who has the time to just sit there and fabricate Porsha? Anyways, I want y'all to tell me what y'all think of this particular episode. Leave y'all comments below this video. I love y'all so much. Once again, I am looking for people to film Culture Club. I live in Atlanta now. If you need any interviews or photo shoots or anything like that done, just let me know. I'm going out on auditions. If you guys know any producers and directors or writers who needs a black face like mine involved with their project, just let me know. Shoot me an email. Love y'all for the support. Deuces.